is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast. I am your executive producer, DeAno Jackson. We are, of course, here to talk about the finale for the incredible first season of Netflix's Daredevil. It's like this is a really fun show, although we are never going to do Marvel, Netflix, MCU shows like this ever again. Let's go ahead and get to the rest of our panels. We'll start off with our senior community manager, Knuckles Goldberg. What did you think of this one and this season as a whole?
And the reason we're never doing that again is because I barely remember this episode.
Yeah, some shit happened, and then some other shit happened, and then that guy showed up, and then the thing happened. Yeah, totally. Yeah,
I pretty much remember this episode like it was yesterday.
So good. What did you think of this one, Charlie?
What?
I just wanted to see the look on his face when I called him that again. Go ahead, Charles.
Well, the parts that I remember from this episode was all the epic stuff, like the fight scene between Daredevil and Wilson Fisk in that alleyway. That was awesome. And then the stuff when he got arrested and then proposed to Vanessa, and then when he got put into the back of that truck, and then his tactical teams saved his ass. I thought that was freaking awesome too.
Yeah,
although
definitely.
One problem I had with the season finale, which is probably the only problem I had with the season finale, was the lack of Rosario Dawson. I was expecting her to come back at least once more in the season, and it didn't happen. And I was like, well, shit.
All right, I feel you. Isaiah, what did you think of this one?
Man, when I first saw this on Netflix, man, it was like I watched the whole damn thing. I was watching a good-ass movie of Marvel. That was Netflix, but that's a different story. It was just a great show. I loved it. The final was just breathtakingly good. It was just that fucking good.
All right, how about you, Lerod?
I liked the whole season overall. It was great. I rewatched it again today just to, refresh my memory. And Charles, if Rosario Dawson would have came back, was she coming for a booty call?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they would have showed her walking down the hallway in the hospital doing her rounds. I don't know. Just a scene with her in it.
How about her naked?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, she's an attractive woman.
There you go.
Just to make you happy, we do know that she's signed for season 2 and beyond for more shows.
Yes, yeah. I always thought Rosario Dawson was going to be the bridge between the 4 shows and then Defenders. She was going to be in all of them.
Actually, I found out another person who was a bridge. It was the Priest.
Oh yeah, the Priest.
The Priest, I think, was a Iron Fist guy.
Well, yeah,
so
I
also a bridge.
Yeah, so we have a few options on how to link everything together and how to introduce all of these characters, although still, in my view, the only one that really needs an introduction to anyone else is Daredevil because he's the only one that's outside of the set. I mean, right. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage already know each other, and Luke Cage and Iron Fist already know each other. It's or at least it's that's the expectation I have going into these shows. Them using the most modernized version of these characters, in which case, these are 3 characters that don't need an introduction. They don't know Daredevil, though.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's really cool, though, because Daredevil is isolated. He's likes to work by himself. He does a lot of things in his life. So it'd be really interesting what happens with this character when he gets involved in the group. It's really interesting.
Yeah, but it's I think it's cool. It's we've had enough of the whole separation between Matt and Foggy, and Ben's death really did bring this together and, squash all that shit. It's okay, we're going to have to sit down and figure out how in the fuck we're going to get Wilson Fisk because this shit absolutely positively needs to happen.
Right. He said, it's time. He said, stop playing around and get the shit done. You need to stop this motherfucker right now.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yeah, and it all came down to the only remaining dirty cop that could possibly be turned, because he is on Wilson Fisk's shit list.
He was about to kill him too. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. I can't find you. Where the hell are you? Because to that accountant guy, he had him hide away. And so it was kind of cool though. It was really, really cool how everyone had a backup plan just in case XYZ happened. So it was really, really cool. A lot of details, a lot of small details that I really love about the show. Small details.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of cool, how they actually managed to track him down in the first place. Going through the records and whatnot, and seeing this one building, this one location that was mysteriously gone from all the documents and such. And we had Matt don the black one last time, to go ahead and sort this shit out.
Right. It was bad. He was kicking all the cops' ass. Oh man.
He came in there about it.
Right.
It was just like the cop sitting there. It's like I suppose like he about to get shot, and Matt over there just whooping that ass, doing what he do.
Right, that little career cop like, oh my god, please don't hurt me. He's trying to pull out a gun. Like, stop, don't pull out a gun. I can tell when you're about to pull out a gun, about to shoot at me. I'm not that stupid. Just stop it. Put your gun away. I will know. You will lose a leg.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, from there, the massive series of arrests and whatnot. And the one thing is, like, I thought it was really interesting because in an earlier episode, we had Ben accusing his boss of being bought and paid for by Wilson Fisk, and it ended up not being him at all. Someone just around that same set.
Yeah. It was actually really surprising, too, how everyone got rounded up because they were all working for William Fisk. It was very dramatic, too. I really like how it all played out. It was like watching, like you guys ever seen Sopranos or, like, The Wire. It felt like those type of scenarios that I was like, oh, snap! So it had all the people around him. And I thought Ben's, like, editor has always been messing up his work. That's why he kept saying the shit. And come to find out, it was one of the people at work at his office that made his working look shit. Like, what the hell's going on, man? So I was there was so much there, and the boss felt like shit because he put Ben down all the time, and now he's like, oh shit, I was wrong the whole time. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he found out firsthand like that there was somebody in the office that was a Kingpin employee, and that just kind of had to destroy his whole world.
Yeah, I was like, damn, how far does this go? I mean, 'cause I know Kingpin has a lot of connections. How far does it go? I wonder.
Charlesky's trying to say something, but he's all frozen.
There is something I want to bring up.
Say it.
I'm not freezing. It's just I can't get a word in. But no, the thing I wanted to mention about that, about like how Ben originally thought that his boss was working for Wilson Fisk, there was a very short scene, like a scene that only lasted like a couple of seconds, that I noticed. That when he was like accusing his boss and everything, there was that woman in the background looking through the windows, and the camera was focusing on her for like a split second, and I was like, wait a minute. And then, of course, when it actually revealed who was working for Wilson Fisk, I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it was her, because the boss would have been the obvious choice, and it seemed that Daredevil was not the type of show to make the obvious choice.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Mm-hmm. And also Matt was I forgot his name. I missed that. Like the guy who made his suit. His name's gonna come to a blank to me now. Oh god. He had issues and like, fuck, what was his name? Because he made Daredevil's suit. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember it either.
Oh my god.
Just call him the seamstress.
Okay, fair enough. The seamstress. It was really cool how he went back. Well, actually, when they first met, it was a good fight scene. But however, it ended with Daredevil winning, of course. But then you just kept talking about this lady, because he kept talking about this lady who turned to be, that's his psychiatrist that he meets all the time, who turned out to be his wife down the road. But that's a long story. But it was really cool how he met him. Like, I'll make sure your lady friend does not be hurt by William Fisk. I said, okay, cool. And so he made him this really awesome. I like the suit myself. It was really badass, with like Dark Knight Rise type material, but it's like it's Daredevil's suit. It's his own suit. So I really like it a lot.
Yeah, it's like I've seen the internet reaction to Daredevil's suit, and a lot of people are seemingly bitter because it's not completely red. It's not completely red. It should be completely red. It's like there's one like little bitches. Like I like this costume a whole lot more than I like the one in the movie that shall not be named. I guess because this shit was tactical.
Right. It was armor.
I think they also got used and also kind of liked to seeing him in his wannabe Zorro outfit.
Yeah. After 12 and a half episodes of that, to kind of see all of a sudden that change, I guess, because I really did like the all black suit.
So did I. It was really cool. But he needed to work on his suit more than ever. He kept, because people sliced him up, he was shot. He just needed more work on his suit.
As it turned out, Old Navy is not good for combat.
Who knew?
Basically, it's like, damn.
Yeah, turns out that's not what it's designed for. So he definitely needed something a little bit better. And yeah, the armored suit, and people talk about this like, well, that's not what it looks like in the comics. Yeah, y'all apparently don't know Daredevil that well, because his armored suit that's pretty obviously based off of his armored suit, and that is canonical. Y'all just don't know Daredevil as much as y'all motherfuckers
They
think y'all
just
do.
wanted Daredevil to don the leather again.
What leather? I don't know what you're talking about. What leather? I don't know.
I don't recall that ever happening.
Me neither. I don't remember that shit.
They wanted him to run around the street in some tight leather so they can get their feel on.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's kind of funny. That's really funny. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, and then of course we have Wilson Fisk at the point when he realizes that he is going away. Like, this shit is happening. That was kind of a shotgun proposal he made to Vanessa.
I love that proposal though. Yeah. I really did.
Yeah,
sad, I liked it.
No, but then it's like, I mean, the scene where he's breaking out. It's like because the first here's the only thing I don't get. They managed to find, like, the majority of the people that Wilson Fisk had on his payroll, but then you got, these FBI dudes and this entire, it's like he's got like an entire fucking army. It's like apparently when they was going around busting people that were on Fisk's payroll, they missed a few people.
Yeah, it's hard to I understand. Well, to me that was more reasonable because people who have control in somewhere in the police department have to be all spread out. They can't be all combined in one place. So it kind of makes sense for me to actually understand, okay, they didn't get these people right here. Because I was like, okay, I thought for sure they got everybody else. So like, oh shit, he's in the bed with William Fisk. I didn't see it coming because everyone goes for the headshots. It's like, goddamn.
I mean, he is a kingpin, so he should have a bunch of people on his payroll.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's like, but that's future Kingpin.
Right.
Not this guy I'm seeing before me right now. It's like I can definitely see, because this season served not only as an origin story for Daredevil himself, but for Kingpin.
Right.
And I'm gonna prove this point. Can y'all tell me a single episode ever where Wilson Fisk was referred to as Kingpin?
None.
No.
It didn't happen because he is not that character yet. He's building up to it. It's like, I mean, because the Kingpin that I know, he wouldn't need to be working with this person, and this whole conglomerate. Kingpin doesn't work with people. People work for him.
Right. Which is, I mean, we might see that next season, which I hope, because we need to see that one powerful Kingpin just rolling all over Hell's Kitchen and in the world of New York, because he was that guy. We always like, he's a bad motherfucker.
I don't think they're going to focus on him next season.
Nor do I.
I don't think references here and there, but it's not going to be the main focus for next season.
Yeah, I can see in season 2, it's like, hey, you kind of see him, there's a side story going on where he's kind of building up to that. Because this is more of an introduction. But this is like Kingpin origins up in this bitch.
Oh, most definitely.
I see season 2 being the rise of Kingpin, but I absolutely do not see him being the main, the big bad of season 2.
Right, because Daredevil has a lot of villains, a lot of interesting, cool villains, and one, for example, is Bullseye, and him and Bullseye have great battles. So I can't wait to see him. I have to do it for that. That'd be really cool.
Now I can see Kingpin hiring a Bullseye type figure.
That's exactly how he was introduced in the comics. So that's actually the route that I see them taking, because in the comics it's like what happened, how Elektra was reintroduced along with Bullseye, is that they were both assassins hired by Kingpin to kill Daredevil.
Right, and also
that to me would be the perfect season 2.
And also, I would love to if they do go on this path. I wish they do. I hope they don't, but I wish they do. At the same time, is that Kingpin knows who Daredevil really is, because in the comics he does know, but it's like in the worst case scenario, which it's gonna be hard for to explain though. But I won't go into it. And so, if they do that, that'd be really cool for the character of Kingpin, also for Karen, because those two are pretty much connected in the most interesting and odd way. So. Because with this one in season 2, they have to bring up Carol's pretty much dark past and pretty much awful things that happen. Because it's what Kingpin does with revenge towards Matt Murdock. Oh my God, he fucks him up so hard. Not physically, but mentally. He just goes all 9 yards of fucking him up so hard. It's just, if we see that in season 2, that'd be so cool, but kind of depressing at the same time.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to go that route.
Unfortunately, we're gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see in any case.
Yeah.
And it's those kinds of stories that I'm looking forward to. It's like, and then of course, as we get more into the mix of adding the other Netflix MCU shows and the interaction with those, and Night Nurse being a part of everything. There's definitely a lot to look forward to.
Oh yeah, there's more story to tell. Like other shows.
We know Jessica Jones is introducing Luke Cage. I think we'll have our Iron Fist probably appear in at least one episode next season of Daredevil, leading into his show.
And also, the funny thing is that Jessica Jones' storyline is also really dark. It's like a lot closer to Daredevil's darkness, but it's dark because why she decided to become a superhero is for everyone's a Kilgrave. Because what he did to her, not really kind. And then the third one is pretty much Luke Cage. His storyline is dark, but not overly dark. And Iron Fist, his story is like okay, the beginning of it, but when he gets his powers, it's really badass. The Immortal Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm. It's really got a lot of great stuff coming, but seriously, it's like, see, the problem is, like, for this particular show, it's like the reason we keep branching off and talking about other stuff, because in this one episode, despite, except for saying how cool it was and how much from this point we can't wait for season 2, there's really not a lot to talk about.
Yeah. You talk about the fight between him and Kingpin.
This episode was basically a funeral, Karen talking to the wife for a few minutes,
and then a chase sequence.
Foggy bitching at Murdoch in the gym.
But it was good bitching, though.
Regardless of the fact it was annoying bitching. Then they go to the office, have a little conversation, and then Foggy gets up. You're not going out there again, are you? Some more bitching about him going out.
But that's understandable.
He's been bitching. He was encouraging.
Yeah.
I don't think he was encouraging. I think he was trying to discourage him.
Friend.
All he told him was to be safe, and then he said specifically, "Go out there and kick some ass."
Right.
That's called encouragement. See,
right.
and that's the problem with doing these shows the way that we do them.
And don't forget your sweater.
Yeah. And for gosh sake, watch your language.
I know, right? Language.
Okay, Steve Rogers.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, and then of course, the big knockdown, drag out fight and the reconciliation of Foggy and Nelson, avocados at law.
I was just laughing. I actually felt so happy about that thing because they're actually building up their friendship. And it's like the best avocados that ever was. Still nice. That's what Daredevil was so great behind Daredevil, because he can go. Daredevil can be a dark show, but it can be a light-hearted show. Like at the ending of the show, I really love the ending because it showed that time can heal all wounds, and people can become something different, something new. So it just opens up more great storylines, and I can't wait to see what happens next. I hope we see Stick in the next season. We have to see him again.
Yeah. Stick and Stone, because there were so many things that this particular season introduced that are integral to Daredevil's character, the things that were not expounded upon at the time, but will absolutely come back into this. Obviously, the thing with Stick was pretty major. We saw a little bit of signs of the more mystical elements of Daredevil in this particular season, particularly things like, Madame Gao and such.
Yep.
Although I think this should be a far bigger deal for Iron Fist than anyone else, because reasons.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that the hand is going to be like I hope the hand is pretty much becomes a big focus in the second season, but also within the urban side of Marvel Netflix shows, because the hand is really, really powerful group, more powerful than, say, Hydra. And plus, they're in the underground of New York City. They're pretty much embedded in New York City at all times. They're like local assassins and things like that. So again, Kingpin does reach out to Elektra and Bullseye. Sorry, but at the same time, we reach out to Elektra. That's also reaching out to the Hand. So the Hand is gonna play a bigger factor in Daredevil. And pretty much, I hope the Defender series. I hope so.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point. It's like I'm trying to figure out what could be the big threat that would bring all of these heroes together, something that would necessitate their teaming up, and the Hand is really the only thing that I could think of.
It's either the Hand or some mob bosses out there, but I would say most of the Hand, because
it could be just a mob boss. I mean, Daredevil could handle that shit on his own, or Luke Cage could just walk up. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do to Luke Cage? You can't hurt him. So it's like he pretty much just walk up to the mob boss and fucking pull his head off of his neck if he felt like it. But they're gonna shoot at him. Okay. So,
but
with the
Daredevil had a
truck,
hard,
so.
right, but Daredevil had a hard time fighting off one hand agent, one hand assassin, which almost killed him too. If one hand
Yeah.
agent's gonna be a tough job for Daredevil, how do you gonna think he's gonna take on like 10 or 20 or 100 more hand agents?
No, but I'm saying,
It's
it's like,
gonna
yeah, it'd be a difficult problem for Daredevil, but it wouldn't be a difficult problem for Luke Cage. It's like, the 10-hand assassins, yes, Daredevil would quickly get his ass whooped. They wouldn't even be able to hurt Luke Cage. They physically would not be able to hurt him.
Mm.
It's like that's his superpower. Super strength, impenetrable skin. What are they going to do to him? They're going to come at him with all these knives and such, and he's just going to kind of stand there and wait for them to get bored. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to punch you. Bam! Okay, see you in Chicago. Next, bam! Pittsburgh for you.
That's what. Matter of fact, being a Luke Cage, the actor's gonna be. I mean, I haven't seen the actor act in a lot of things, but the actor who's gonna be playing Luke Cage, you gotta feel a little confident or feel hopeful a little bit.
I think it's going to do fine. I have no problem with any of the casting choices that they've currently announced.
Yeah, I'm okay with Jessica Jones, but I never seen this guy act. I mean, the guy act. He's in Halo. I haven't saw that Halo thing at all. I heard it was good.
It was
I heard
good.
it was good. Now. It was?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'd check it out.
Mhm.
So I'm check it out. So
It
again,
was
I'm very
quite,
hopeful.
and the reason I watched it is because I wanted to see a little bit of his acting ability before Luke Cage, just to kind of gauge where he's at. He's good. He can handle this. It won't even be a problem. Actually, it's like it should be pretty entertaining seeing him and Kristen Ritter interact with each other on AKA Jessica Jones.
Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Yeah. Oh, and also, matter of fact, they can have like Purple Man be the center, but I highly doubt that too. The program be the center of everything else because his power was just another thing about it. So I hope they don't make it like that. Hope they kick the shit out of him though. Hope they do that.
No, they really couldn't. It's like I could see by the time Defender's rolling around, Wilson Fisk actually being the Kingpin, and all of them having to come together to stop something that he's up to, because he is a big enough bad after he raises up to that level. He is absolutely a big enough bad to require a team up in order to stop if he's really on one of his more diabolical plans by the time he actually gets that powerful.
Right. Also,
and has that much control.
Also, he was talking when he was getting taken away by the FBI. He was talking to Vanessa besides the whole proposal thing. It was something else. It's like, go to the helicopter. If I'm not there, take off. But it was something about it was so cryptic. He said he gave her a lot of money. He gave her everything else to go X, Y, and Z to this spot. Like,
he told her to leave if he wasn't there at a certain time.
Right, but it was something behind that. He's doing all this. Like, I know he's trying to keep his women safe. I get that pretty well. His fiance. But there's something playing big hand here because women that doesn't go down that easily. He's gonna have something planned down the road, so he might use Vanessa as well, and she's willing to help him in his big master scheme. He's gonna get out of prison, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of wondering how they handle that too. How they handle him getting out of the situation. I don't know if he's gonna they can't really have him escape jail. It's like they have to do some sort of legal machinations in order to get him out. Because
Vanessa, that money I sent you, I need you to hire me a really good lawyer. Help me get out of prison.
His name is Bullseye.
All right, well, yeah, I promised this wouldn't be very long, and I'm going to keep my promises. Anyone else have anything to say about this show before we wrap things up?
My only question is, what's the order of the shows to come? Is it Jessica Jones next and then season 2?
Jessica Jones next. Probably Luke Cage first, followed by Daredevil. Like those two could switch though. It could be Daredevil season 2 and then Luke Cage, but I doubt it because Luke Cage is practically guaranteed to go into production first. So probably that, and then Daredevil season 2, then Iron Fist, and then Defenders.
But see, the thing with that question there is Netflix kind of stays similar to when they release all their shows if they have other seasons. Because Orange is the New Black is slated to come out back in June when it all came through. I believe House of Cards is February. So we might get Daredevil in April again. But We might get both of them in April. Who knows?
Oh damn, that's a lot of shit. That's a lot.
Remember, there's 4 weeks in April. We could do Daredevil the first part of the month, and then towards the end of the month, you could release a Luke Cage.
Oh fuck, that's a. Oh shoot, Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of TV watching. It's like, yeah, but the next Netflix show that we're going to do is AKA Jessica Jones a little bit later on this year. And for you viewers out there, we're absolutely not doing it the same way. We're going to treat it pretty much as a 13-hour movie and one really, really long discussion vidcast for the entire show. So until then, it's like we're actually going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Like I said, lots more MCU Netflix shows coming, and we will be with you every step of the way. YouTube.com/geeksofaround. If you have anything for us, you can always shoot us an email, geeksofaround@gmail.com, or call in, leave us a message on our voicemail line. That number is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. And as always, we invite and implore you to join the Geeks Around community here on Plus. We'll discuss this and so much more. Until next time, guys, my name is DeAno Jackson. I'm executive producer here at Geeks Around, and we'll see you next time.